that was bizarre.
It was super weird. But to that one's credit, though, they went, men think that Sydney Sweeney's hot. Here's her bathwater. Let's make the soap weird shaped and hit our target market. Because I'm pretty sure the soap did really well.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Better Merch, Better Marketing. I am one of your hosts, Kirby Hasseman. Joining me, as always, is the branding bestie herself, Jade Kreider. How are you in Georgia today?
I'm good. It's lots of noise outside. I got new neighbors. It's all exciting stuff, and clearly, I'm putting on a fake front about being excited about it. How are you?
Yeah, sometimes you got to do that, right? You got to perform a little bit, and I get that. Things are pretty good here. As you know, we had a full staff meeting, and then the day it was like I had a couple podcasts. It's been very busy. So this is my final one of the day. So I hear you, man. We're putting on a little bit of extra energy to make it happen. So, and I appreciate you doing that. Hey, if you're new around here, this is the Better Merch, Better Marketing podcast. It's brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. Our goal is to help you elevate your merch and your marketing. And you can learn more about us at hassemanmarketing.com. Really quickly, we are coming in on it. We've got our end user show, our customer show, the Branding Base Camp show. It's on September 23rd from 11 to 2, I think, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Definitely worth checking out. Go to show.hassemanmarketing.com to learn more and to register. So that is the preamble. Let's dive into some topics today. And you always lead us on those, Jade. So bring it.
Yeah. So the first one, I honestly was just trying to think of what are the things that are trending right now that we can talk about the marketing of it. So the first one, if you haven't seen anything about Sydney Sweeney and all the ads and things like that she's doing, you should go look into it because it'll make this entire part of the podcast make more sense. But Sydney Sweeney has done a ton of different ads lately, and so I thought we could kind of chat about it and the personal marketing that she's done inside of that, I guess.
Okay, yeah. The big, it's a huge campaign with American Eagle is the one I'm thinking of.
There's a handful.
But that particular one is the one at least I'm seeing all the time. Not the ad necessarily, but the pushback, about the ad. If you haven't seen it, it's Sydney Sweeney, who is not ugly, wearing American Eagle jeans, right? Is it American Eagle jeans? And the concept is, she's got her sexy voice on, talks about how that she's got good genes, and my jeans are blue, and I think is her final line. And it's been fascinating, at least for me, to see the take on that. Like you got the side that says, "Hey, we're allowed to have pretty girls in ads again." That's one take. Which I don't know. It's great. It seems weird to be that excited about. On the other side, I think that, just like everything else, I think in life is that you've got the one side going too far one way, and then you've got the other side saying, "Oh, it's about being a Nazi or a white supremacist," and I'm like, no, not really.
It's also an ad for jeans. Can we bring it on back? It's really not that serious. There's so much happening right now. The ad for jeans is really not that serious, I promise.
Yeah. So what's your take on it?
I think it's interesting only because as somebody who's trying to build her personal brand, all I can think about is that if you haven't seen the American Eagle ad, she did one for Hey Dudes. She did a soap that had a hole in the middle of it. But then she did the Anyone But You movie on Netflix, and that's really cute. It's just such a, the thing that I saw that made me laugh out loud, and it's all I can think about is just how broke are you? Why? You did this movie on Netflix that went over crazy well, and then you did this other thing that went really well, and now we're doing a weird bathwater thing. Okay, all right, we'll let her do her thing. Hey Dudes, it's kind of random. And then the kickback that I will say a lot of people did kind of give, that I kind of agreed with, if you want my candor, is that she did an ad for American Eagle jeans aimed at women. And that was an ad for a male audience. That was not an ad for a female audience. It just wasn't. Like, now, I think Sydney Sweeney's gorgeous. I'm a little jealous of her some days. I will be the first to say that. But that was not targeted at me, because in the nicest way possible, they weren't that flattering in jeans. So I just wasn't again, I don't really care. This is how much I've thought about it. But like, I just think the way that her personal brand is that they don't all align with each other. Because you're promoting something for women, but it's aiming at men kind of thing. So it's just pick a lane.
Well, and to be fair, that's not Sydney Sweeney necessarily. She's the person who's been hired to be in the ad. Fair. So the targeting of the ad, I would go toward the marketing company that put that together.
Valid.
And so you've got like some multiple different layers in there. Our mutual buddy Bill Petrie talks about this, is he thinks that there is a little bit of a tipping point with spokespeople, like that there's too many of them, and that micro influencers actually sometimes have more impact. Yes, no, maybe on that one. I think that if you can create an ad that invokes the kind of conversation around your product that Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle ad has, you should do it. I don't care what the product is. I will say, and then so it's like there's a bunch of different topics in there, but then there's the personal brand piece, which is sort of the entrepreneurial piece, right? And that's the one where I do think it's hard when you're rocking and rolling. And I think this is really probably true in Hollywood, is when things are going, you want to make hay while the sun's shining, right? Like you want to take opportunities when they come, because they go away just as fast.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think one of the big challenges with entrepreneurship is saying no to the things that could be good, but you're like, and see, that's where I see with all the things you're talking about, she has said yes to a bunch of things that you're like, she's like, ooh, that could be cool. Ooh, that could be cool. Ooh, that could be cool. And I don't know that she's looking at it in totality. Maybe she is. The bath, I do remember the soap thing, because it was like infused with her bath water. That was bizarre.
It was super weird.
But
I mean, but to that one's credit though, is it Dr. Squash, I think is the brand? To their credit, they went, men think that Sydney Sweeney's hot. Here's her bath water. Let's make the soap weird shaped and hit our target market. Because I'm pretty sure the soap did really well. So credit where credit is due. They went to their target market and went for it. And it's funny though, because you talk about like the different influencers and having their voice and things like that. I saw something else, and I won't go into details of it because it's a little bit more 18 plus kind of thing. But there's a makeup line that has a new, they did like a new ad, and they used someone who does adult content to promote their ad, which a lot of people are frustrated about, which is totally valid, except for the fact that one of their eyeliners is called the Back Door. So to an extent, maybe that brand just isn't free. Like, but so people are mad about it. Enjoy that. And so like, it's one of those though, where you give people the voice that match your brand. They pick somebody that matched their brand. I mean, gotta give her credit. But then the Sydney Sweeney thing, it felt like you put a beautiful girl, put her in some really great jeans, and have her show a couple different pairs. Instead, she drove her race car. Apparently she does like race cars, but I don't know what that has to do with jeans.
I guess so. I do appreciate your perspective on the idea that the ad should have been targeted at you, but it wasn't targeted at you, right?
That'd be my only thing I'd say. Like, it's just like, who were you targeting?
Yeah. But on the other side, I'd make the argument that it was a provocative ad that got everybody talking.
Fair.
And probably showed the ad to you more than you would have otherwise seen it.
It's a great point.
And now, to the idea that people are talking about white supremacy and all the other things, it really does go to the thing that I say all the time, is that there are certain people who are pissed off if they can't find something to be mad about. Man, file this one directly under that, because God, you are looking deeper into a jeans commercial than you really should be, in my opinion.
Well, and just it's like I don't know. It's hilarious. The other thing too that I say all the time is like you commenting hate on their post is boosting their post.
Yes.
Your video saying how much you hate this ad and how it's white supremacy and it's this and this and this made me go watch the ad and in turn gave them what they wanted. So like if you feel some way about it, scroll on and forget about it. Like it's hard to do, but just do it. Like
I love that you brought this point up. Because I actually talk to clients about this all the time, Jade, is that it's really hard, especially in a local market, small town where somebody, you do something and then you get haters and, like it happens. And the natural inclination is to delete the post or, just not post at all or whatever. And I do think that, I say this all the time, is that the fascinating thing is that the algorithm is built to show posts, whatever they are, to an appropriate amount of interest. So in other words, if there is a lot of engagement, so likes, comments, shares, if those things are going up, then the algorithm will show it to more people. So by them making their crappy comments about you, it's actually activating the post in the algorithm to show it to more people.
Quite literally.
And the idea that they don't understand that,
they don't get that, is crazy.
Is great. It's great fair. Because, my rule is always empathize and then, if appropriate, apologize and then take it offline. So in other words, so sorry you had that experience. Really want to make this up to you. Here's my phone number. Call me, so that you're not arguing with them. You're just taking it offline, because then if they keep going, great. They're boosting the algorithm, but they're also showing the rest. Yeah, they're showing the rest of the people who are watching who they are. And so I love your point about that, because the haters actually help spread the message.
Well, and it's the funniest thing too. Of even I did the one video, the Nicki Minaj challenge, which now they're saying not to do because somebody broke their spine doing it.
Sure.
Not shocking. I feel bad for the woman. Sincerest apologies to her. But that video, for some reason, has like 40 shares on it on my Instagram. Like, either somebody was like, we got to do this, sending this to so-and-so. Or somebody was like, this chick's nuts. Let's judge her. And I am thinking, hey, talk smack, but you boosted my post, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, I'll take it.
That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And again,
super random.
Yeah. But so then I'd say that who was that post targeted at?
It was just a fun one. I didn't think it would get any interaction. I did it because our CCX group in my industry was like, hey, everybody do this. And so I just did it thinking literally no one would interact. It's like my most interacted with post in like ever. Yeah. So which just feels right. It's the ones that you care the least about are the ones that do the best. So
right. Okay. I hear that.
Something to that.
All right. Well, I don't know if we covered that, but I think we did. Okay.
I think we did.
What's next?
Next up is kind of just year-end gifting. I feel like I, in particular, have been talking about it early this year, and I think we should. And so I thought we could just kind of chat about why it's good to order them early, and just if there was anything that we've ever seen that was like our favorite year-end gift we've seen somebody do, if you had like a super memorable one, anything like that. So.
Yeah, I think, now is the time I do see, I guess as a side note, let me just say this, is that I always see every year, and maybe it's just because this is how my work schedule goes, but I do find that come August 1st, it's like people start to come out of their fog, right? It's like, oh, like fall's around the corner, football season, school's coming up. Like,
yeah, it happens quick all of a sudden.
Yeah. And so if you didn't know it was August, this year notice. But I think that now is a great time to start thinking about it. If you order them right this minute, okay, you don't have to do that. But I do think now is the right time because of, we all know we've had the conversations about tariffs. We have the conversations about supply, those sort of things. Now's a great time to look at it because you can go, okay, come up with a couple options just in case something falls through. And the reality of it is what so many people do is they wait until November. And November makes it more expensive. We'll happily take your order and we'll work on it. But it's like, it just decreases stress if you start talking about it in August, September, October. That's just my thing.
Yeah. It's funny. I was talking the other day to somebody about it and was just like, listen, if you are going to do it, number one, start talking about it now so that if you have to allocate budgeting for it, it's set aside and that you know you're comfortable with what you're going to spend on it. And number two, if you do it now, it opens you up to so many other things, because there are certain products people won't even do in holiday season because holiday season gets so crazy. Whereas right now, if you're doing it and you get these in-house, suddenly, I did this last year for Christmas. I had all of my Christmas shopping done by Halloween, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, Jade, that's nutso. Guess who got to enjoy November and December and didn't think about a single person's gift? I just sat and enjoyed the holidays. Suddenly, if you're busy in December, now you get to just enjoy your day. Yeah. And like, it's just one less stressor. And so it's just a good thing to start talking about now.
Yeah, and I think the stress is a piece of it. And then number two, it just opens you up to the more options of packaging, which is something that it gets ignored a lot. And then also there's just some things that you could do if you had a longer timeline. And I can't, there are things that you source them from, custom stuff overseas, you still have a play at it. But the moment you get into the later seasons, so it just opens up your options for gift giving. So now is the time of year. And you had said something about the idea of talking about our favorites of all time. This is going to be tough for me. I think it's because I'm just older.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, I think rather than a specific item, I would say I think that the thing that has changed is personalization in our industry. And I really enjoy that. I think that, if you give me a coffee cup with this morning, my coffee cup had my name on it. It's the one I took out of the thing because I like that one. And because there's a proliferation of decoration techniques that allow you to do that, I think that's cool for me.
Fair. I honestly don't really have a favorite that I've ever seen, so I don't really know why I pushed to say this. But the thing that I saw a video about last year was if you're an employee and you're listening to this today, think about doing something small for your boss, because they typically always do something for you. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Sometimes even the little thoughtful cards are more impactful. And so consider that if you're listening, to make sure to buy a gift for the person purchasing the gift. For everybody else. Because, make everybody feel loved and included. And I will say, year-end gifting is one spot that I think it can be crucial to put some thought into it. As much as I think thought is more important than money a lot of times in these kind of things to make your employees feel appreciated. Don't just throw your logo on a cup. It's one of my clients and I are working on truly putting a lot of energy and thought into the gift and having a theme and making it feel like we really thought it through. And I think it's going to make this company look really, really good to their clients and their team because they put a lot of thought into it rather than giving them another cup or another jacket. Not that there's anything wrong with those, because frankly, I love a good cup and a jacket, but putting, that much effort into it makes you just go, oh, they really thought about this. That's really sweet of them. So just something to consider.
All right. What's next?
Happy Gilmore. I don't know why I sang it. I feel pretty good about that though.
Yeah. You should.
I just thought we could chat about Happy Gilmore. Have you seen Happy Gilmore yet?
I have not. I watched the original multiple times. But it's fascinating. Like everything else in the world, there are divergent opinions on one person in my office thinks it's the best movie ever. One person thinks it's terrible. But I know I've seen enough clips and paid enough attention that I think I can talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I have seen it. I watched it the Friday it came out. I actually told John earlier in that week, I was like, hey, we have plans on Friday night, and it's just sit on this couch and watch Happy Gilmore too. My husband is a big Happy Gilmore fan, and just really any Adam Sandler movie, he loves them. He will actually tell you that there is not an Adam Sandler movie that he doesn't like until Happy Gilmore 2 came out. But, and he feels really strongly. I thought it was okay, but I'm not mad about it. It's fine. It was, I feel like personally, it's a sequel of a really, really good movie. Those often don't hit home.
Yeah, well, and I'd also say it's a sequel of a movie that it's almost has more cult following. I really liked Happy Gilmore, and I did a whole podcast on Adam Sandler and why I admire him. So I want to start, I think he is such an interesting cat, and everybody seems to like him. Created his own production company. I could talk about him for a long time. But it isn't like when Happy Gilmore came out, everybody was like, oh, this deserves Oscar nominations.
Right.
Like it was a slapstick movie, right?
Right.
Like
it was goofy, funny. It was a mindless,
fun.
just giggle.
But like, it's tough to redo those movies.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like there wasn't that much story to begin with.
Right. It clearly
Right?
was not made to be a sequel kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, and so you haven't seen it, so I won't actually say this out loud. But in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I mean, it completely derails the theme of the first movie. And so you're just like, what?
Okay.
What is happening? So now you have to watch it.
Yeah, I did.
But so it was just an interesting, and ironically, we were talking about it. There's a lot that are coming out right now because there's Freaky Friday 2, and then they're talking about doing a Devil Wears Prada. They're doing a second one of those.
Okay.
And then I think there was one more that I can't think. And so I think it's funny that we're suddenly doing remakes of some really good movies rather than just making some new really good movies.
What I thought, that's been a challenge for Hollywood for a while. What I thought was interesting about it was all the cameos. Again, I haven't seen it, but it's the talk of it. I've heard anywhere between 84 and 94 cameos in the movie. And so I look at this from a sort of a marketing perspective, and there's the nostalgia and throwback of the cameo, which is, I think, it's like but I actually think from a marketing perspective, I think it's brilliant. Because you put all of those people in a movie, including some influencers, football players, so SNL people,
characters.
Right? But they're all going to talk about the fact that they were in the movie, right? And they're all going to talk about it on their podcasts, and they're going to make videos about it, and they're going to do shorts about it. And so, from my perspective, it's not surprising to me that it was one of the most watched movies in the history of Netflix in the first couple days, because everybody loves Adam Sandler. It's a long, everybody wanted to see this concept of it. But then you throw in the influencers and the cameos. I actually think it's kind of brilliant.
Eggs. Now, so now when you watch it, especially because I didn't know there were going to be so many cameos going in, and so I was just confused for half of it. If you want the truth, especially the first couple came on, and I was like, that's weird. And then Travis Kelce felt like the most random to me, that I was just like, what? What is happening? And then the SNL characters, there was so many things that just kept coming in that I think that was it. Is the movie was fine. I said, what? A lot. But then it's kind of, I almost want to rewatch it now, because then I learned there were some that were disguised so well I didn't realize they were cameos. Eminem is in it, and I didn't realize it was Eminem.
I've actually seen that clip. I've seen that whole clip.
And I didn't realize that was him, because I haven't seen Eminem since he looked like Slim Shady. So I don't know what he looks like now. But so it was just a fun, I don't know. I think it was smart, but I won't watch it again. That's it. It was fine. It will not be a rewatch like Happy Gilmore is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But whatever. It's not
good deal. Okay, well, I mean, from a marketing perspective, I think it is. I'd be curious in the comments if you liked it, you loved it, your thoughts about the cameos. Let me know. I've seen some friends who occasionally listen to this podcast that have had some strong opinions, so I'll be curious to hear what they have to say. Yes. All right, so now is the time. I think we usually talk about a product.
Yeah. And speaking of year-end gifting, no, I'm just kidding. I actually did get this for year-end gifting, though, so I'm only halfway kidding here. So this is the Rock and Branch olive wood cutting and serving board with handle. I'm looking at my little cheat sheet off to the right here. This has a 12-piece minimum, which is kind of nice. You can do, less of these. They don't have to be, you don't have to do a ton of these. And one of the reasons I actually got this one was because I thought it would be a really good knit kit. So you could put a little towel and a soap with it and wrap a little ribbon around it to make it a little Christmas gift. This is a woman-owned business. This is just really nice. I mean, if you want the truth, I'm thoroughly impressed with the quality of this. And this one is one of those where it's pretty enough. Oh, and this is imprinted on the back. But I think there are a couple different options. I don't know. I'll have to add it in the shop. But this is so pretty, I would leave it on my counter. You know what I mean? I would set this on the counter, and actually I'm planning on it. There's a spot that it's going to be sitting on my counter. So I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's funny, we've talked about this, you and I, not on the podcast, but just cutting boards are things that hang around forever. And we have had the same cutting board, and this, for way too long. Yeah, it's we're desperately overdue, because it's it's I mean, we've probably had it for 20 years. But again, think about that branding opportunity if you have a product that sticks around for 20 years. So yeah, that's a really cool one.
I may or may not have an extra I can spare.
All right, cool. Good to know. All right. Well, that was our product of the week. Now we go to our shout out. Every week we talk about somebody, some organization, some event, some person that is doing good in the world, and we try to give them a quick shout out. Last week we talked about the big grant that came to Coshocton County, which I'm super excited about. Lots of good things happening already around that. This time I wanted to go just a different direction and talk about the Sunflower Festival in Coshocton County. The Sunflower Festival has been going on for a couple years now. It is really neat. It actually goes on this weekend as this drops, and then the following weekend in Coshocton County. They have this huge field that you walk through of sunflowers that you can cut your own. There's photo opportunities. There's music. There's food. It's one of those events where people come from all over around the country to come to this. I almost think it's a hidden gem in our community.
Yeah.
Like not everybody knows about it, but it's at the Coshocton KOA. It's a campground. And everything they do well. So I highly recommend, just Google it, the Coshocton Sunflower Festival. Totally worth checking out. And to the McPeaks and all the folks who do that, thank you for the work that you do. Appreciate it.
Keep in mind, take your whole fam. You can do family pictures. There's mazes. There's stuff for kids. There's food. There's live music. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So it's a really good one.
100% agree with everything Jade just said. So thank you so much for listening to another episode. Once again, this is Better Merch, Better Marketing, brought to you by Hasseman Marketing. If you want to learn more about us, head to hassemanmarketing.com. There's all kinds of tools there for marketing folks, for HR folks, and we will keep this coming. Thanks, everybody.
See you. Bye.